guys, I'm making this video because I finally have the strength to do so. My best friend, Maria Delarosa, 22 years old, was shot and killed in a parked car in Northridge, California. They're still investigating. We're still focused on justice, and that we shall prevail and receive. She did not deserve to die like this. It is not okay. I am not okay with it. It has not settled in my spirit. It will not, and we will get justice. A lot of information is going around about exactly what happened, and it is false. 5 shots were fired into the vehicle, in a parked vehicle where there were 3 people. Nobody else was hurt, nobody else was injured, and nobody else was taken to the hospital in any injury condition. My best friend was hit, shot, and killed. For all news outlets, my friend deserves the truth. She deserves justice. Delarosa was sweet, she was kind, she was a beautiful soul, and she did a lot for so many people.
Unit shooting investigation. Boulevard, Northridge Hospital Medical Center emergency room. Victim female, Hispanic, 20 years, gunshot wound to the abdomen, critical condition. Is in the emergency room. They do not know the location of where the shooting occurred on incident 322 Northridge Hospital. The victim is in the ER trauma 1. Victim's name and DOBs and comments of the call. Victim's friends took the victim to the ER and are standing by in the family room in the hospital incident 322.
Advised there was a shooting in the area of Bryant and Tampa in the alley. Advised units to canvass the area. Incident 322.
We also are getting confirmation by court documents that this was an armed robbery gone wrong. The crazy thing is, it was set up by 2 of her childhood friends.
Yo, face! Yo, your face, please! With sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, we finally got an update in the case regarding Delarosa, and I feel it was important to break the news, being that we were one of the few from the beginning telling y'all that something just didn't seem right. And unfortunately, this is a situation where we wish we were wrong, but then again, we were right the whole time. Now, Delarosa was a young woman who had a heavy social media presence, basically an influencer, before she would become a singer. She put out 1 song in August and was attempting to put out more music before she would pass away, as her supporters asked for more music from her and was expecting some, as Delarosa took pictures in the studio insinuating that she was going to put out more music. But honestly speaking, we would imagine that Rosa wasn't in any rush to put out any music because she was already living a lifestyle of luxury without being a musician, and her social media showed it all. From luxury vehicles worth over $300,000 to designer handbags, luxury vacations, jewelry, stacks of money, the whole 9 yards. Many believe that the young Colombian woman may have been tied to a darker lifestyle, where it was assumed that Rosa may have been dibbling and dabbling in the underworld of the narcos. It hasn't been proven, but many have also pointed out that she sported a face mask that indicated to other members that she was involved in the narco lifestyle, where it said that only women who are tied into the culture usually wear it. Now, news articles told us that when it came to the shooting of Delarosa just days before Thanksgiving on November 22nd, witnesses say that the shooting took place just before 1:30 a.m. on Bryant Street, just east of Tampa Avenue in Northridge. It was 3 people in the vehicle, including Delarosa, when 2 men walked up to the vehicle and began firing shots into the vehicle. The 22-year-old suffered a gunshot wound to the chest, where she was taken to a nearby hospital in a private car, where she was later pronounced deceased. Now, here's where things begin getting weird, and we pointed it out in a previous video. As we always tell y'all, the truth is one way. Whenever there's multiple stories or different things being said about a situation, that's automatically a red flag. And in this situation, one article was saying that Delarosa was the only person in the vehicle shot. Then you have other articles that stated everyone in the vehicle was shot, but however, we never heard of anybody else going to the hospital except for Delarosa. And 9 times out of 10, if she was the only one shot in the car, where it was more than one person, you could almost bet your bottom dollar that it was in fact a setup. Now aside from the shooting, what was she even doing in that area, and why was she sitting in the same location for so long? And out of all the cars or people in that area, why was her vehicle the only vehicle targeted unless someone knew of her being there? Now this is also where the talk come in about it possibly being a drug deal going wrong. But what if the whole drug deal was a setup from the beginning? Delarosa was the only one that wasn't in on it. Well, we will get official confirmation this time that Delarosa was in fact set up by her own childhood friends, according to a search warrant affidavit. Detective Simonian alleged that 2 of Delarosa's childhood friends set her up, a man by the name of Gayton, aka G-Boy, and Benny Gomez, aka Player, are the 2 guys allegedly responsible for the shooting that took place, leading to Delarosa losing her life. Now, of course, they ratted each other out. Reports say that G-Boy was arrested the same day that the shooting took place, and when he got into police custody, he told them that it was Player who made plans to meet with Delarosa for a drug buy on Bryant Street. Now, the plan was to have her robbed, but for unknown reasons, everything went left and it ended with her being shot. Now, G-Boy and Player, along with the 2 gunmen who fired shots into the vehicle, are reportedly members of a gang called Bryant Street, which is a North Ridge Street gang. So it would make sense why everything took place over there, because she was lured in to what she thought would be a drug deal orchestrated by childhood friends that she thought she could trust, but they had evil intentions the whole time. So for the people, including ourselves, that was wondering why she would just be sitting in the vehicle in a dangerous area, in a nice vehicle at that, is because she felt she could trust whoever she was there waiting for. Now the next question is, were the people that were in the car with her also in on it? Or were they just there to support her, and the only ones that set her up was her childhood friends? Which is still crazy. Now the story gets even more interesting as we found out how she was set up. G-Boy was in police custody and kept telling them that he had nothing to do with the robbery, he just knew of it. They asked if they could search his phone and he agreed. According to a text message in his phone, he texted one of the shooters 5 hours before the shooting by the name of Eduardo Active Lopez and told him, quote, "Go get a ski mat." Now when it comes to the other suspect who orchestrated everything allegedly, Player told investigators that the day after the shooting when he was picked up, he had nothing to do with the robbery turned shooting as well. Player claims the day of the shooting, he was speaking to Delarosa herself outside of G-Boy's apartment when the shooters opened fire out of nowhere. He claims he ducked, ran off, and learned later from Delarosa's mother that she was shot in the midst of everything and lost her life. But here's the power of surveillance, because nearby cameras from apartment buildings and businesses would tell a whole different story. Detective Simonian says the camera showed G-Boy, Player, and the second shooter talking to each other just moments before Delarosa pulled up. They all shook hands before dispersing into an alley after talking, and surveillance showed Player making a Bryant Street gang sign gesture with his hands as they walked away from each other. Delarosa made her last call to Gomez, aka Player, when she arrived to the location in her Cadillac Escalade, and he approached the vehicle. Shortly after, 2 gunmen emerged from the alley and pulled out a shotgun and a handgun. Shots went off, and immediately after, the Escalade sped off, according to surveillance cameras. The security cameras also captured audio of a person they believed to be Gomez saying, quote, "Why you shoot them, fool?" indicating that they may have just wanted to rob them, but one of the shooters got a little too trigger happy. Now, according to reports, it says the alleged shooters stashed their firearms in a Chevrolet Astro van before getting into G-Boy's BMW, where they say he called them dumb and then said, quote, "I told you what to make it look like." Detective Simonian believes that Lopez and the other alleged shooter fled in a Honda Civic and believes that they went all the way to Mexico to hide after the shooting. This is because after news broke that Delarosa lost her life, Gomez texted G-Boy saying, quote, "We good." They left to TJ. Now Gomez and G-Boy have been charged with 1 felony count of M and face 2 felony counts of aggravated second-degree robbery. If convicted, they both face a maximum of life without the chance of parole. So there you have it, right? Just like we thought. Not only does this prove that she was a part of the narco life and selling drugs like we assumed, it also confirms that she was set up by her own childhood friends. Let me tell you right now, you gotta watch who you are around. People are jealous, people are envious, and it don't matter who it is. It could be your own family, it could clearly be your own friends, and these are friends that are childhood friends of hers. So a lot of us thought that maybe this was a random attack. Some people thought that she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But like we said from the beginning, something never made sense, and we feel that she was lured into that location because why else would she be somewhere at 1:30 in the morning just sitting on a corner in a neighborhood that's not even hers? It just doesn't make sense. Now either the people who was in the car was also in on it, or maybe just the people that set her up. Who knows? But it has been confirmed that she was a part of a drug deal going wrong, and she was set up by her own childhood friends. And let this be a lesson, y'all. I know the lifestyle, it looks glamorous. I know you probably want the money, cars, clothing, trips, and everything that look luxurious on Instagram. But the thing is, a lot of this usually comes with a price. We don't know what she was into, or we didn't know at one point in time. We just knew that everything looked good from the outside looking in. But they always say, watch what you ask for. Because yes, she was living a high life, but sadly her life was cut short at a very, very young age. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. How do y'all feel about finding out that she was actually set up? And what you think about the whole situation? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping.